All right, Charlie, why don't you tell them what we have on the bar tonight?
I will. It is Wild Turkey, private selection, single barrel rye.
And we're going to find out if this new offering from Wild Turkey is worth buying.
That's what we're here for. Stay tuned.
All right, Charlie, so Wild Turkey, private selection, single barrel rye.
A lot of words.
A lot of words. Tell them about it.
So in 2024, they released this product.
Is that a question?
No, it wasn't. In 2024, they released this product. So if you're a Wild Turkey fan, which if you're watching this, you probably are, you know that for a while, there was a Russell's Reserve single barrel rye. Very loved. Everybody loved it. A lot of people say it. Non-chill filtered, 110 proof, all that. Well, then that went away. And one of the reasons that they think that went away is that Wild Turkey didn't have a bunch of higher aged rye whiskey. So fast forward to 2024, now we have this.
Yes, and we haven't done a Wild Turkey episode in a while.
We haven't. We have not. And it's not because we don't like Wild Turkey, but their standard stuff we've done kind of a lot. And their new stuff is kind of expensive and typically we don't get it. So this one I
will say,
yes.
Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought a bottle in a while, and I don't know why.
So this one I got at John O's, which I feel like we're just advertising for John O's in Elizabethtown, which is fine if he'd send us money or bourbon.
You're looking for, advertising party.
You know, a lot of people say. He has so many single barrels, and I was wandering around that store like, I got to get something for content. And I saw this one, and it was $70. And this one is, so this is, as I mentioned, a John O's pick, Wild Indian 2024 pick. It's 8 years, 6 months old, 101 proof for $70.
So it's interesting you mentioned that it's a John O's store pick because the Kentucky Spirit is a single barrel Wild Turkey product, bourbon, obviously. Well, that remains a single barrel product, but they're not doing store picks for those anymore.
That's right.
The bourbon and the rye is kind of replacing that.
That's right. So this is the new one, and one of the things people are kind of up in arms is, number one, this retails for about $80. 70 was a steal, I feel like, and it does not say non-chill filtered. So it may be chill filtered, which, you know, it is what it is.
I'm not drinking this if it's
we'll just dump it out. So
is there a strange man laying on your carpet?
There could be. You never know. The secret is not to acknowledge them. So let's talk about color. Beautiful, kind of golden amber color. Puts a nice ring around the glass, has great legs.
Look how high it kind of just sticks up.
Yeah, it's wild. Kind of those legs.
This glass is not completely clean.
It is 100%.
But it's okay. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to send it back.
But he is. All right, let's nose.
You know what's interesting is that
I don't get a lot.
I do. I get that Wild Turkey, but I don't get it. Like, the rye isn't like jumping out at me like, oh, that's a rye. You know what I mean?
You know, and maybe it's just expectation. When I think 101 proof rye, single barrel, I think like, oh, this is going to taste real, you know, or nose and smell. It's very kind of muted.
Well, and I think we can all agree that we should probably lower our expectations overall.
Just in general in life. So beat me to it. I mean, now, let me say this. It does not have a bad nose. It doesn't. It's very kind of...
And there's some rye, like I'm getting some dill.
Yeah, there's some rye spice there. There's a little bit of...
Once again, sinus infection. Cheers.
Always the best time to film.
Thanks for semen in mine.
You know what? The palate makes up for everything that I was not getting on the nose.
It's the second time this has freaking happened to us tonight. So we just did an episode where we were nosing a bourbon and we we're like, there's nothing there. There's nothing on the nose. And then boom, like just came roaring in. This is the exact same thing. This is almost like drinking two products. You know what I mean by that?
You read my freaking mind. I was going to say, this is like drinking a bourbon and a rye
at the same time. At the same time.
But it's not battling. It's like all the good stuff about both, right?
The rye gets you kind of early, and then it's almost like there's a switch that flips, and it's creamy, oaky. It's so good.
Creamy is a great description.
Creamy is a great description of it. I really like this. This is very good. I'm going back.
Is it still creamy?
100%. So let's talk. Man, that's really good.
I will say that is different from the rare breed rye. I don't get like I got like a really big apple note on that one.
I don't get that. No, you hit it on the nose. It's dill. You get that nice kind of dill, a little bit of mint on the rye side. What's interesting about this one is there's not a lot of spice to it. It's just a rye tingle.
And I think that's where the bourbon comes in. It kind of smooths it out.
100%.
You got that caramel and all the
So
bourbon notes.
let's talk mash bill. 51% rye, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. So
pretty balanced.
Yeah. So it's definitely a straight rye. 51%, the minimum you can call yourself a rye. A lot of balance there.
Do we know what the age on this is?
Yes, I do. It is exactly 8 years and 6 months old.
Okay. It's 101 proof. So
it's 101 proof.
Everybody loves Wild Turkey 101, right?
So let's talk about like if we're checking boxes, right? It's Wild Turkey, it's rye, we know the mash bill. It's 8 years, 6 months, and it's $70, and it's a single barrel. It is also from Warehouse TYQ for you Wild Turkey nerds.
Oh, that's my favorite warehouse.
It's my favorite warehouse.
My favorite.
This is one of those weird things. So we just did a Four Roses episode. Four Roses guys love to talk about their OBSQ and whatever, which is super confusing. But you get a lot of Wild Turkey guys that love to talk about, Tyrone or Nelson or whatever. So Warehouse TYQ is Tyrone, which Tyrone is Wild Turkey's main campus. It's where you'll find the distillery, bottling plant, and visitor center. The rick houses sit high above the Kentucky River, some out in the open like M, others huddled closer together like A and B. The elevation and distance from one rick house to another, among other factors, play a role in the flavor profiles curated over time, primarily due to airflow. That's why they like it, I guess. I don't know. So this is from Tyrone. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go. So
there you do.
There you do. I'm really
That's nice. Yeah.
I'm really happy with this.
I expected nothing less. I mean, Wild Turkey just makes a solid product, no matter what it is. It's not always going to just blow you away, but it's always good. It's always solid.
Well, why I love, and this is why I love single barrel bourbon, single barrel rye, single barrels, is because this exists in this bottle only, and it will never exist again. Because if you got the barrel next to it, it's going to taste different in some way.
Yeah.
And if you can find a distillery that, to your point, never misses, which is Wild Turkey, and then a liquor store that is known for picking absolute bangers, which is John O's, you can't miss. And that's why I'm very happy with this. $70, absolutely. I will say the thing I love most about this is how out of character it is.
Yeah.
It is very unique, because one of the hooks that I wanted to do with this episode is let's try this and see, because we have a lot of rye, single barrel and otherwise. Let's see if there's something that it tastes like. I can't think of anything that I would grab off the bar and be like, this is what this tastes like.
And I haven't had this product, so.
I haven't either.
But it just, not this one, but the one I'm going to talk about.
Oh, I got it.
It makes me wonder, is it the Knob Creek, the Burr Rye?
Mm-mm. You're thinking Burr Rye?
Yes.
That was High West.
No. This is a Knob Creek product.
Then I haven't
last
had
year.
it.
I've seen it, but I didn't buy it. I wish I had.
Maybe
It makes me wonder if it's kind of similar. I don't know. Maybe
I-
that's a good comparison.
I like
if
this
you all
one.
are watching and you've had both.
Yeah.
Maybe you can let us know.
Yeah, and I know reception hasn't been great for these products. There has been some kind of pullback because of price point. These retail typically for around $80. Like I said, I feel it.
I mean, the Kentucky Spirit you used to get for $60, and that's a banger. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not a rye, but it's a bourbon, but
you
one
know,
of my favorites.
It's just, I'll say it, the bourbon economy. Like the Russell's Reserve picks that you used to get for $55 are now $89, and that's just the way it is.
Right.
And part of it is you're just paying for time. You're paying for time spent in barrel. And for me, 8 years, 6 months, Wild Turkey, single barrel rye.
TSIB. We need to coin that. Time spent in barrel.
I like that.
TSIB.
You're full of insightful things tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm very happy with this one. This one's very good. It's less, the more I drink it, this is going to sound weird, the less rye-y it tastes.
Yeah.
And the more...
This is a bourbon lover's rye.
Yeah.
So I would say this is a good intro rye. You want to rate it?
Yeah, I'll rate it. I'll give this a solid 7.125. I think this is a very good pour.
Is that my interest rate, or is that?
Maybe in 2025. You want to talk about the real economy? That's a different podcast. 7.125. That's what I would give it. I think this is a good pour.
Yeah.
I would buy this again. I would buy another one of these from a different Rack House to try it for $70 all day long. I'm very happy with this one. I really like this one. I think this is going to make some excellent cocktails.
I'll give it a 7.4.
He's one up on me. I got to let him go first.
No, I wanted to go 7.5, but I'm like, I didn't like blow my skirt up.
Listen, let you behind the curtain. It's our 4th episode of the night. We have drank a variety of things.
And we have a mermaid flopping around on the floor.
A lot of different things happen here. I think this holds up pretty well. So, Merman. Yeah, I think it's great. And this is what's great about bourbon is when you get overwhelmed and you start thinking there's just too much, there's so much, you can always go back. I know I say this all the time, support your local distillery and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the fine gentlemen, the Russells at Wild Turkey, know what they're doing because they've been doing it longer than you've been alive.
And I have not had a bad Wild Turkey product.
No, never, ever.
All right, Charlie, tell them what to do.
Number 1, you got to like and subscribe for more hard-hitting, large American bird content like this.
Yes, check us out on socials. We're on X now. Did you know that?
X,
So and a Bourbon on X. We're
right.
on Instagram, So and a Bourbon, Whiskey Realtor on TikTok. And if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can, So and a Bourbon.
I post on there sometimes.
Okay, yeah, sometimes. You can always take that over if you join the group. Take it over.
There you
Post
go.
whatever you want.
Post whatever you
Do
want.
whatever you want.
Tell us.
Do whatever you want. Also, keep those wallets loose.
And your buttonholes tight. Good night, everybody.
Super tight.
Super tight. Good night.
Peace out.
Don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack. And if you do smoke crack in a safe environment
honestly,
where you trust your crack person.
In today's day and age, you might as well just step up to fentanyl.
Glenn Hawker
Is the
Smith.
loneliest number.
First of all, I just want to point out,
I'm too
I
gay.
work-
Too gay for you. That's such a narrow opening.
it is
so
a
weird.
narrow opening. I want to point out that I worked Old Man River into tonight's episode. Old Man
Wait, I'm confusing that
River.
with Green River.
Different, yeah.
Yeah,
Different. Andy Williams versus Old Man
Look
River.
at you
What would,
busting out your...
what would that? Old Man River.
Shit, hang on.
All right, shit, hang
I'm
on.
having one of those things.
Do one of those things.
All right, here we go. You know what I need? Hang on a second.
There was somebody at my front door.
I need a little toot.
Don't toot. What is happening right now?
This is a advertising opportunity here. A boom boom stick. You see those on TikTok a lot. You just snort it right up your nose and it opens your nasal cavities.
I used to work for a guy that sold Boom Boom. Hello? Oh, it's Kurt. Dude, I about shot you. You have no idea. We're right in the middle of filming.
Charlie's just playing with my boom boom stick.
We were just talking about Boom Boom. I like how we were talking about cocaine and Kurt walked in.
And we're going to find out if this new offering from Wild Turkey is
Dyslexia. Cut. Reset. Back to 1.
All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1. Action.
So when do we get to take all this Notre Dame shit down out of here?
I don't know. Even set. TY.
You think I can read that?
No.
Even with
I don't think you can read it, period, because I don't think you know how to read. Action.